So that episode 3, Raising Kanan, was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. We have a lot of developments this episode. Now, I believe now before I even get started, make sure you like uh the video, subscribe, and let's get into this motherfucker. So, Marvin, um, Marvin's. I think this whole therapy and anger management that he's in right now, I think it is starting to get to him because it's like, yeah, when he was sitting in the car with Lulu and he was talking, he was like, yes, he believed he fucked up, and he is gonna try to make amends with Jukebox and stuff, but I don't know if it's too late for him, but it's like he's gonna try to make amends somehow because
It's Juke. She good. She she ever ask about me?
when the guy in the wheelchair and they was kind of like beefing back and forth and stuff, and it was just like, you know, he's trying. It seems like he is trying this season, and which we're starting to see more is that Rock is starting to lean more onto Marvin and stuff because we see Lulu. He's like man, I don't care for this shit. Leave me out of it because Unique hit like the store and stuff, and he took like Juliana, and then that's when he took all her money and shit. I was like, damn. So Rock was kind of like panicking, like, nah, man, this is some bullshit. Trying to figure out like who did it, but it was just like, okay, Unique did it. But it's like, I think Unique is still gonna figure his way back into the game and stuff, even though despite everything that's happening with you know, the whole Detective Howard stuff, and then the police looking after him and looking at him thinking that he did it, I still believe they're gonna need like a fall guy for that. That hasn't like changed. I feel like they're still gonna have to need like a fall guy, be like, oh, he was the one that did it or whatever. And then once that happened, I should say, then maybe Unique will probably come back into the game, because it's not over. Sure, he's saying he wants peace for his family and stuff, but it's not over. Unique is gonna figure a way of getting back into the game, because if he was able to take Raquel's money and a hostage, which you think he's gonna do in the future, like he's still gonna want to make money, and he doesn't have any product or nothing, so he again, he's gonna come back, and we're gonna see him come back strong and stuff. So, you know, you're gonna have to wait to see what's gonna happen there, because you see Raquel didn't kill Unique. She could have shot him, but it was just like, okay, it was under like a deal that they had and stuff, because, you know, it's Unique. So I think that he is gonna make a comeback later on and stuff, but we have to wait to see what's gonna happen there. And Kanan, boy, okay, I should say like Raquel and Kanan's thing, because when Famous was telling Kanan, it was just like, oh yeah, Scrappy's dead, and he was just like, there's no way Scrappy would die. Like, what happens? Like, oh yeah, he commits suicide. It was like, he's a loyal soldier, he wouldn't just commit suicide. And then Raquel tells him like, yeah, you know, Scrappy did it. And then like, I like how like Kanan, he's just like, he's believing it because it's Raquel, but you can clearly see a little bit of it, like he's gonna start putting two and two together, like, no, this isn't, like, you're lying to me, because like I said in my previous videos, it's like Raquel is gonna she's gonna strip Kanan's humanity slowly by slowly. First it was D-Wiz, and then second was Scrappy, and then the next person that I think Raquel's gonna potentially do in or have something probably happen, I don't know, will be Symphony. And I think Symphony probably might be the camel that breaks the straw's back, or the straw that breaks the camel's back. I forgot how that went, but I think that's what's gonna probably happen, because it's like, you see, like, Scrappy and Kanan was kind of like, you know, like, Kanan respects Scrappy because he thought Scrappy was, you know, he wasn't all that in season 1. He thought he was on some bullshit. But after when they fought and then things happened and stuff in season 1, it was like, yeah, Kanan grew to respect Scrappy and stuff. And then when you look at Symphony, I guess you can kind of say he's not like he could be like a potential father figure, but it's like Kanan also looks up and respects Symphony. So it's like, once when Raquel gets a hold of some situation, Symphony will die, because the more of the story seems like anybody who's either close to Rock or anyone who's around Rock end up dead or in prison. So Kanan's gonna figure this out. He's gonna be like, no, you lied to me and stuff, because you saw like towards the end where Howard, when he met Kanan for like the last time, and he told him, he was just like, I remembered everything. You shot me, but I'm not telling on nobody. Like, you my son. And that's when he realized at the end, at the end, he was like, yo, he's not going to go and tell the cops nothing. He was like, yo, like, I'm your father, like on some Darth Vader shit, but he was just like, I'm not gonna, do that and shit. Now, the only difference between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker is that no one's trying to rule the Republic, no one's trying to rule the galaxy and murder the Jedi. Like, it's none of that shit.
No, I am your father.
It's just like, we're gonna have to wait to see how that relationship is gonna brew, because Kanan just felt that shit. He felt it hard. Like, yo, like, wait a minute. Like, this raw emotion of him explaining that, yeah, he's his father. He's not going to explain anything, and Raquel is lying to you. Eventually, Kanan's going to really see this, and she's going to be like, Raquel, I don't believe nothing you say. You said Scrappy committed suicide. That happened. I don't believe that shit. And then you saying Detective Howard is crazy? Like, no. I wish Detective Howard would have had, like, the thing and showed him, like, oh, like, here's like the DNA test or something. I wish he could have showed him that, but I guess he didn't really need to show him that. It was just more of his words, and you know how words can sometimes hold weight to it. So that kind of like statement hit Kanan directly in the heart, where he believes that, yeah, this man is his father. He's not lying to him, because Detective Howard could have just immediately just said, you know what, fuck you, I'm getting revenge after what you shot me, and I'm gonna come for you. It's like, no. Like he said, what he said? You shot me with the bullet, but now I'm going to take that bullet to protect you. So it was some shit like that. Like, it was really unique, no pun intended. But I liked it. I really did like it. I was like, yo, this was good. This was really good. Now, Shannon, on the other hand, oh boy, Shannon, on the other hand, see, she still has this whole distrust issues with Howard, as she should, because she's like, I feel like he's hiding some things. Eventually, she's gonna find out the truth. I think Howard might potentially kill her. I think he will, but then it probably might draw too much attention. I don't know. I feel like something's gonna have to happen to her, because she's so far, she's kind of like keeping tabs on what Howard is doing. I mean, Howard was banging some prostitutes, so it's like she's keeping tabs on him, and eventually she's gonna see like Howard and Kanan together. I'm like, wait a minute, why are they together? What the fuck? And then if she get a hold of some information, which she probably will, and she's gonna figure out like, oh, okay, but she's not gonna put two and two together. Well, maybe she would, but I don't know. But I still believe she is gonna put two and two together, and she's gonna know something's up and why Howard is around this kid and stuff, and she's gonna know that, I guess, father and son, because I think there will be like a relationship that's gonna start to happen between Kanan and Howard, but it's gonna probably be like on the low or whatever, because Kanan probably this season, these couple of episodes that's gonna go by, that he's gonna not tell Raquel these things and stuff, like these little secret meetings that he's having with Howard. Because, again, she lied to him. She just blatantly lied to him. Like, oh, yeah. Because, remember, she lied to him the first season about D-Wiz. It was like, oh, D-Wiz, yeah. It was a shame that what happened to him. Because I think she said Unique has something to do with D-Wiz's death. Too. She confessed and said, no, I was the one that did it. But the only thing is, Kanan still doesn't know that Jukebox saw D-Wiz get into Lulu's car. So that's the one part of information he doesn't know. He knows that Raquel had him killed, but he doesn't know who killed him. So that's another piece of information that Kanan doesn't know about. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot that's going on. And Lulu's case, I shouldn't say Lulu, it's Crown. Seems like he doesn't want Lulu in the studio anymore, because he wants to be in full control of everything. He doesn't want Lulu a part of it, as he had that secret meeting with Raquel. Like, listen, he needs to be on the streets. He don't even need to be in this damn studio. And by the way, why don't you run your money through the studio and stuff? Which isn't a bad idea. It's not a bad idea to clean the money in the studio, because look at it. Unique, well, then again, because I shouldn't say that, because then Unique would just hit the studio. I think Raquel's gonna have to come up with a different plan on how she's gonna figure out all of this, because Unique is still the problem. Until this man is dead, he is still gonna be the problem for them. As he said before, He wants peace, but he can get to them at any time he wants, and it's not hard because Raquel, despite her being very smart, Unique is just as smart. And he was alone. He didn't even have anybody. He doesn't have any street soldiers. He has nobody. Only person that's like his day-to-day messages, Warrell. So that's it. But he doesn't have anybody else. So he can get to Raquel's stash, business, whatever he can. So, you know, it's going to be a lot. But I want to know what you guys think about this episode in general. Like, do you think that Kanan is going to be holding secrets from Raquel? Do you believe that Howard and Kanan's going to get even more closer? Oh, and lastly, I forgot about Jukebox and her mom. So Jukebox is stalking her mom, or following her mom, I should say. So now that conversation is gonna come up, and she's gonna probably be wondering if she's okay, and then some stuff is gonna happen. But I still believe that the reason why she left has something to do with Marvin. I think so. If it's not Marvin, then maybe Raquel, but I don't know. I can't wait for when that conversation starts to happen. But you know, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one.